It's time for spring cleaning, or as I like to call it, season planning. See, every spring I sift through the marketing materials cluttering my office and swiffer up dusty ideas in my mind, searching for just the right things to present next season. Now, it's not like I have time set aside to get those tasks done. No, instead, any planning for tomorrow gets accomplished in spits and spurts around the pack activities of today. Now, this March, for example, sandwiched between the returns of the Church Basement Ladies on March 11th and Missoula Children's Theater March 25th, the PAC has also got about a half dozen other organizations visiting to put on their own great productions. So, any given day, I bounce from artist negotiations, grant writing, and production meetings for future events to searching for props, hanging drops, attending meetings, and coaching students in the present. Whew! Truth be told, I wouldn't have it any other way. See, I've spent the last 2 years rescheduling the events due to COVID, researching protocols to combat the spread of COVID, sanitizing every surface imaginable to prevent contamination by COVID, and taking everyone's temperatures to avert the further infection of COVID. COVID. Yeah. So if I'm going to be busy, man, I had sure rather be busy making extraordinary arts experience for happening in the present and in the future than dealing with a world that, man, it sure seemed determined to keep anything from happening. COVID felt like 2 years of spring cleaning using a dirty rag. No matter how hard I scrubbed, I just couldn't polish away the problem. The spring cleaning I do today clears away the cobwebs of that past and makes room for a present full of joy and a future full of promise. Hey, company's coming. It's time to clean up. My next guests on the Monthly Marquee are our TADs, our Tour Actor Directors from Missoula Children's Theater. Ladies, introduce yourselves real quick. I don't want to butcher your names.
Hi there, I'm Eva Wagner. And my name is Sarah Schrader.
And you guys are touring right now with Rumpelstiltskin, correct?
We are, yeah. We've been on the road for about 2 months now.
Oh, so it's still a little green then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a little bit.
And just to let the cat out of the bag, how has it been to be touring on, knock on wood, what we hope are the last legs of this pandemic?
Yeah, it's definitely been different. One of the things is like we want the communities to be as safe as possible, and we want them to be as comfortable as possible. So MCT has allowed us to put community guidelines in place wherever we go. We both wear masks just because we're in contact with so many people from week to week. We don't want to spread it to a community, but it's been really awesome to see kids getting to create again.
And you've been to how many places at this point?
We're in stop number 8. So yeah, 8 different communities with Rumpelstiltskin.
Almost 8 different states.
Yeah.
That is Missoula Children's Theater right there in a nutshell. Yeah. 8 states in 8 weeks. Yep, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
What are you seeing with the students that has surprised you in the midst of all of this?
I think just... All right. Do you have an answer? I have an answer.
Well, the kids are just so excited for MCT to be back. Like our town last week, one little girl, she was like, I was so sad when they had to cancel for COVID. I cried for a week and now you're back. And she was so excited. So just the kids are so excited for MCT to be back and to be able to have this opportunity again. And yeah, to see them really take charge and grab the bull by the horns with all of the stuff that we do in a week. It's crazy, the amount of information and stuff that they learn in a week. So just how excited they are is so much fun. Yeah.
Well, we had to cancel. We bring Missoula in every year, and we had to cancel 1 year. And then last year we were able to bring them in. We normally, as we will this year, again, knock on wood, have open auditions for the production. Last year we did it by register. People registered in advance. And
Yeah.
we had that same experience. Everyone performed masked last year. Are the students performing masked or unmasked this year?
Up to them.
Up to us. They'll
Mhm.
probably be unmasked then if things hold the way they are right now. And it'll be good to see those smiling faces. Tell us a little bit about Rumpelstiltskin, the show you're going to be presenting here.
Oh, it's such a funny show. It's so cute. Sarah and I keep thinking every time we're so lucky. We think this show is hilarious. It's about a kingdom that has a festival about bragging, and they all tell their boasts. And Rumpelstiltskin likes to cause some mischief and causes one particular villager to tell quite the boast that isn't quite true. So then she has to figure out how to make it true.
And how many students do you look to be casting in this?
We can cast between 50 and 64.
Okay. And that's important for audiences to know because we tend to have a very large turnout for these auditions, usually over 100, and we've had as close to 200 sometimes audition. So that's a lot of kids that don't get cast in the show. And what can you tell parents about how to deal with those feelings?
Yeah, I think just understanding that there truly is, we cast it so that everybody is in the right part for them. If a child isn't cast that year, that doesn't mean they didn't do a good job at the audition. That doesn't mean they didn't do well. It just means that none of our parts that we had this particular year were speaking to Sarah and I for that child. It's really, it just is a matter of, it's so unexplainable just what makes the part right for them. But we really do cast it so that each child is in the best part for them that year.
Well, and part of getting cast is auditioning well. And we're actually going to have this will be airing a few times before you guys visit and have your auditions here in March. March? I have to check my notes here.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have them here in front of me. Oh my gosh, I usually have my notes right here. But we'll have those auditions listed at the bottom of the screen. What would you say to a parent who is trying to prepare their child for Missoula Children's Theater auditions? What can that student do to better improve their possibilities of getting cast?
Well, we always tell the kids at the beginning of the audition, we're looking for three things. We're looking for them to speak with loud and clear voices, to use their big and expressive bodies, and to listen and follow directions. And that last one is really the kicker. That last one we're watching for the whole time. And so the kids that can listen and follow directions really well usually helps those parts towards the end, filling in the gaps. So if I don't know this kid or this kid really did a good job of listening. Mm-hmm. They're in. So that one's the kicker. But all three of those things are really what we're looking for.
And I always remind the students, especially since we have such a large group, and you can't work with every student at the same moment. I always remind them that the tour directors are like your parents or your teachers. They have eyes in the back of their heads. And it's time to be loud and obnoxious and crazy and fantastic. Do that. But when it's time to be quiet and still and silent, that is just as important.
Absolutely.
For sure. Yeah.
Sometimes harder.
Yes. Yeah.
What kind of background do you guys come from? Where's home for you?
I'm from Ohio.
And I'm from Nebraska.
And we both have been doing theater since mid-high school, middle school abouts, and we both have degrees in theater from universities.
And what colleges did you go to?
I went to Mount Union in Ohio.
And I went to Benedictine College in Atchison, Kansas.
Wonderful. And is this your first touring adventure, or have you been doing other tours?
This is our first tour with MCT. We've both directed a little bit in different various communities, but this is our first time being in the Little Red Truck.
And I want to remind our parents and families, they can go to our website, and we have a great video about Missoula Children's Theater and the Little Red Truck that'll give them a better idea of what kind of things you guys are doing. I was about to say all over the country, but it's really all over the world.
It is, yeah, 17 countries.
And then do you guys still have the cruise ship line?
I don't know. They're building back up from COVID.
I was gonna say, that was like the big thing right before everything went to heck in a handbasket. But yeah, that might take a little while to work back up.
Yeah, still working up to that.
So you're in Tennessee now, and you have a couple of weeks off after Tennessee, and then you'll be with us.
Exactly, yep.
You have big plans for those 2 weeks off?
Next week we're gonna go to Asheville, so we're gonna do stuff in Asheville, see the Blue Ridge Parkway, stuff like that, and then gonna bounce around. We have housing in Chattanooga, and then we'll see for the second half of that second week. But
Probably head up towards Louisville.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, we're right on the way to Louisville, so you feel free to stop by if you want to take a tour of the theater just to get your head wrapped around things, or go get some Boom Buzz pizza or something. We'll do something.
All right.
Also, while you're down in Tennessee, don't forget about Gatlinburg. Lovely, lovely this time of year. Everything will just be blooming. We were looking so forward to having you here. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Happy to.
Yeah,
Excited to go.
Ladies, thank you so much. I so appreciate it.
Slow down, old man. Who's got Belle locked in a dungeon? A beast! A horrible, monstrous beast! Is it a big beast? Yes! Huge!
With spooky yellow eyes.
Yes! Yes!
And a long, ugly snout.
Hideously ugly!
Sharp, cruel things.
Yes! Yes! Now will you help me? Will you help me? All right, old man, all right. We'll help you out. Thank you. Wait! If that's how it's gonna be, I'll find her myself!